Okay. All right. This is real, and this is really happening. My first ever episode. This is What I Want to Know Is with me, your host, Altsvies Lawrence. And man, let me tell you, I've got a glass of wine in my hand right now for these nerves. I am terrified, but I'm actually so proud of myself that I'm actually sitting here doing this thing that I've been talking about and actually trying to see it through. So this is one thing just that I'm ticking off of my bucket list. But also, thank you to you. Thank you for taking a chance. Thank you for seeing this tile or seeing the title or seeing the name, clicking it, giving me your ear. I do not take it for granted. Thank you so, so much. So let's go down to the basics. Who am I? Who's Altsvies? Well, I'm a 30-something-year-old woman all the way from South Africa, and I am scared, but I'm also such a tremendous big dreamer. I see myself as a creative, someone who is daring, someone who talks a lot, someone who enjoys food, who's just a genuine lover of life, and someone who's just really trying to figure this out, man. So before I even thought of this, the fact that I'm sitting here and actually doing this, I am an actor. I'm an artist. I'm a producer. I'm an MC. I'm a radio host. I'm a TV show host. I am a multi-talented, in the words of the late AKA, artist that's just trying to do this life thing and trying to experiment, but not only experiment, but also excel with the things that I'm passionate about. And that's what brought me here. So before I actually sat down in this chair, I think this has been 2 to 3 years in the making. What have I been up to? I've just been trying to figure this out before I actually sat down and actually recorded this episode or actually saw this through. I've just been trying to figure things out. I've been trying to figure life out. Life has just felt like a lot. I could say much more, and I don't want to bleep certain words out, but life has been a lot because I've just been trying to figure it out. And in the last few years, I turned 30, and I just felt like there was such a complete life shift. Everything shifted. Man, my stomach shifted from the top to the bottom. Okay, boobies too, bums too, everything just shifted. I'm talking about weight gain, weight loss, not really knowing who I am, not being certain, not being sure of myself, feeling very unsettled in my body, but also at the same time feeling certain and confused when it comes to my career and what I actually want to do in this industry. And I'm talking about the arts and entertainment industry. I don't know what I want to do. I don't know if I'm still passionate about acting, if I still want to be a creative, even though I'm sure of that. But the type of work that I take on, the projects that I say yes to, the projects I'm saying no to, that's also another thing that I'm trying to figure out. But also in the last few years, I was rather a crappy person, man. I was a rubbish of a person, if I had to say so myself. And, you take responsibility for the things that you were a part of, like, okay, this is my part in the nonsense, and I take accountability and responsibility for that, apologizing to people that I've hurt, also being hurt, but also just dealing with my mental health, where it was at, and actually feeling the decline of my mental health and seeing how this had a direct impact and an effect on my work and my relationships. The fact that I would show up and I wasn't as creative as I wanted to be, the fact that I showed up and I wasn't as productive, the fact that I showed up knowing that I didn't want to be there, that I actually didn't give a damn about what I was doing, but also not nurturing and watering the people that were, and some of them still are, actually there for me. The fact that I could neglect certain relationships, the fact that certain people left, but also thinking that certain people would not leave. Me feeling like I was there for them when they needed me. And now when I'm holding the sword, the edge of the sword, that they weren't there for me. So it was a lot, in the past few years, just trying to figure it out, trying to be strong and firm and my identity and my evolution, becoming a woman, seeing that there are so many sides to being a woman, and really, again, at the roots of it, just trying to figure this shit out. Okay. Whew. Now that's a big chunk of the personal stuff out the way, but we will always get deep on this podcast. But why did I decide to start a podcast? Well, really, to share life experiences, hoping that I can connect with people who share similar or even diverse views. I'm all about learning. I'm all about loving. I'm all about laughing. And I feel like we cannot do that alone. I'm also so interested and I want to learn. And I wondered if there are people out there that think like me, because we know there's some crazy things happening in the world. Sometimes we are part of the crazy group, and then you find yourself in the middle sometimes. And oftentimes I find myself asking questions when I'm in the middle. But honestly, man, I miss radio. I miss radio, but one thing I don't miss is the politics. I don't miss the stress that it came with. Granted that every single sector or career path has stress, but when it affects my creativity, when it affects my juice, when you threaten my juice, then I'm not about it anymore. But at the heart of it, it was just me missing radio. I missed being behind a mic. I missed being a co-host. I missed listening to people and giving an opinion and having an opinion. I missed being wrong. And I don't know if people actually say that, but I missed being wrong. And that just goes back to learning. And so I decided to just do the damn thing and, aim for the moon so that if you don't even land there, you land on the stars, and just hoping that the right people hear me. You don't need many people. You need the right people. I'm a firm believer in that. And if there's just one person that resonates, one person that challenges, one person that gives you dap, one person that says, hey, loved what you said, made me think a different way or feel a particular way, then I feel that me sitting on the opposite side and you hearing, I've actually done my job. But also, I want to be able to have a conversation in a space where, number one, I feel safe and also free to express myself and also have the ability to be a free thinker. I want to be able to have a conversation in a space where I feel safe and free to express myself and also be able to think freely and not just occupy a seat and occupy space pushing a particular agenda or a particular politic. At what cost? My sanity? The way I feel, the way I think? Because I value my voice. I value what I have to say. I value what I think. And I love that I want to share that. I have thoughts and questions that I want to share because, no man is an island and life is to be experienced as a community. So I'm sitting here, scared, almost doubtful. Yeah, already starting to question myself, but hoping that this is the start of something beautiful, that this is the beginning of a story that is made up of people and their experiences and made up of what they want to share with me. And I will not take that for granted. So if you're still listening to this, thank you so much. I think you almost kind of made it to the end of episode 1. And I hope that you'll stick around for what's to follow. And I hope that you can tell me what it is that you'd like us to chat about, what you'd like my opinion on, what you'd like to share. And hopefully that we can grow from strength to strength to strength. And a glass of wine to another glass, to another glass, to another glass. And then a glass of champagne to celebrate the milestones that we'll reach together. So man, you saw the name. And so I have to ask, what I want to know is this thing on? And will you rock with me? Thank you so much for taking the time to listen. So please like, please share, please leave a comment, and I'll see you on the flip side. Bye.